We have kind of beaten this to death over the years. 930, it says Ezra is the son of Allah. The Jews say Ezra is the son of Allah. The Christians say the Messiah is the son of Allah. No Jew ever said this. Jews don't say this, but obviously the Islamic teaching is somehow that Jews say Ezra is the son of Allah. That is their statement from their mouths. They imitate the saying of those who disbelieved before them. May Allah destroy them. How are they deluded? And here is
Okay, so the problem here is that Apuss doesn't understand Asab al-Nuzul, or circumstance of revelation. Certain Quranic verses came down to address certain people. So the Quran chapter 9 verse 30, according to many commentaries of the Quran, classical commentaries of the Quran, which you'll see in a few minutes here, was addressing the Jews of Medina, Arabia, and weren't addressing all Jews. Notice what the Quran says. The Quran says the Jews and not all Jews who say Ezra is the son of God. According to the early Muslim scholars and commentaries of the Quran, or the tafsir of the Quran, chapter 9 verse 30 was addressing a specific group of Jews in Arabia or Medina where the Prophet Muhammad was. Now, it's correct that the Old Testament does not say Ezra was the son of God. That's correct. And Jews generally don't believe this. But the Quran is talking about a specific group of Jews. According to Tafsir ibn Abbas, al-Tabari, al-Qurtubi, Quran chapter 9 verse 30 was addressing some Arab Jews, which I'll talk about right now. The Arab Jews of Medina, Arabia, Medina is a city in Arabia, were saying Ezra was the son of Allah or the son of God and not all Jews. Some Arab Jews, such as Fanas and Salam bin Miskam, believe this. See Tafsir of Ibn Abbas on the Quran, chapter 9, verse 30. See Tafsir al-Tabari, volume 14, pages 201 and 203. See Ibn Asaq, page 269. See Ibn Hazm, al-Fazil, volume 1, etc., etc. So some Jews before the Prophet Muhammad in the Quran were saying that Ezra was a son of God. See 4 Ezra chapter 2 verse 42 to 48. 4 Ezra is not included in the Old Testament that we have today, but it's part of the Old Testament pseudegraphical works or apocryphal works that some rabbis used to use before the time of Jesus. So before the time of Muhammad and Jesus, some Jews were saying that Ezra was the son of God. So this belief predates even the Quran and the Prophet Muhammad by at least 200 years, or at least 100 years. Then the question really arises, does the Quran, chapter 9, verse 30, address all Jews or a specific group of Jews? According to Tafsir al-Tabari, volume 7, page 116, the phrase, the Jews said, or the Arabic, Yakad al-Yahud, the verse does not refer to all Jews, but that statement is meant to be specific. In this case, it's the Arab Jews of Medina. So, according to Tafsir al-Qurtubi, there's an Arabic phrase, Asab al-Nasul, there's a linguistic thing in Arabic where when it says the Jews or the people, it means a specific group of people. It doesn't mean all people or all Jews. That's a specific Arabic grammar term. So anyway, the Quran chapter 9 verse 30 is talking about a specific group of Jews in Medina who are saying Ezra was the son of God and not all Jews. The commentary of al-Qurtubi confirms this using the Arabic grammar. This is what the Quran is referring to. Either way, there is no error in the Quran here. So Asa